The memories. The memories.
Hello, wonderful listeners. It is I, Eric, with Ranks for the Memories, episode 13. 13, man. I can't believe it. 13. I think that is a big testimony to our success. Thank you, listeners, for making us the greatest podcast in the history of podcasts, as cited by Newsweek magazine. Dan, what do you think about that?
It sounds legit.
Thank you. It is actually legit. As long as our listeners are the most gullible people in the world, too. Dan, we have a very great two topics today. Our first topic is best vehicles in movies and TV, and we brought in an expert for this because you and I are not really vehicle experts.
No.
Jed is our friend and expert. Hello, Jed.
Hey, guys. Great to see you this afternoon.
Jed was introduced himself to me a million years ago as a car jock. And I the only car jock I've ever met. So as we were doing the vehicle list, I thought we had to have a car jock on hand just to keep us honest. Jed, thank you for being a car jock for us.
Hey, I'm happy to be here. I guess I like to refer to myself as a car jock because that was the only thing I thought that I was good at or cool at in high school. So yeah, car jock, it still is, I guess.
I'm a reading jock.
Oh yeah.
That sounds so lame. The thing I was best at in high school, I really can't talk about. So do you still have that 1974 Super Beetle Volkswagen?
Right. So that was the car that I showed up to in Wisconsin at the camp we all worked at. The color of my car was sapphire blue.
Oh.
But everybody always gave me, a hard time because it was definitely more of a purple than blue. And
it was so purple.
Yeah, it was definitely purple. But yeah, it was my 1974 Super Beetle. I love that car. I do not have that car. I had to donate it because it was dying and the Chicago rust killed it eventually. And so I am looking for another Beetle down the road here.
They're pretty cool.
Jed, I wanted to ask you a question, or actually tell you a story. I lost my train of thought because I'm still thinking about Dan's comment. Jed, I have a story to tell you, which will ruin the ending because we're talking about Beatles right now. But my family and I were driving to a Thanksgiving event, and we drove by another event that had the parking lot was filling up, and the sign said Beetle Fest, and I said, "Oh, what a weird thing! Like people like bugs. It's so gross." And then as we're seeing someone's walking in, they've got dreadlocks. I'm like, "Oh yeah, that guy likes bugs for sure." And then someone's on a scooter. I'm like, "Yeah, that guy likes bugs. Oh, those guys are so weird. I can't believe it." And we drive past it, and I see a Volkswagen Beetle, and I'm like, "Oh, cool! Look, a Volkswagen Beetle." And I see another Volkswagen Beetle as we keep driving. I'm like, "Oh, I can't believe it! 2 Volkswagen Beetles in one day." And then we see a VW van. I'm like, "Oh my goodness, what are the odds?" And then we see another Volkswagen. We're just driving down the road, and now I'm seeing another Volkswagen van. This is the greatest day of my life. And then we see a third slug bug.
Yeah.
And I go, "Oh my goodness gracious.
Beetle Fest.
Beetle Fest." Oh my goodness. I felt so stupid. It was legit. I mean, I live in Florida, so it's very legit that we could be driving by.
Oh, I thought you were going to say I live in Florida, so it's very common for me to feel stupid.
But it took me 5 Volkswagens in 7 minutes to realize, oh my goodness, Beetle Fest is a festival for people that like Volkswagens.
Maybe you should have stopped by instead of going to your Thanksgiving.
I should have. It promised food and fun and vendors.
Yeah.
But all it did was cost me $50 of my wife and kid buying ornaments and honey when I probably could have gotten who knows what, fried corn dogs or something. I don't know.
Right. Well, since you hate Thanksgiving food, both of you guys, which kind of pissed me off last episode, you should have just stopped there instead. Sure, the food right ahead.
Yes, they're right. Thanks for listening and knowing that Dan and I smartly do not enjoy Thanksgiving food.
Well, let's not piss Jed off anymore. So let's move on to our topics here.
Let's go to vehicles so we don't piss off Jed. Jed and Dan and listeners, our topic, as I said, was the best vehicles of all time in movies and TV. Our wonderful crowdsourcing had so many wonderful things. Thank you, crowdsourcers. As we love to have crowdsourcing, it's because we get to steal from you guys. And so I did steal from the crowdsource. People are so smart because they remind me of things that I don't remember. So shout out to the family car from National Lampoon's Vacation. I didn't choose it, but boy, is that iconic. Shout out to the Bluesmobile. I mean, we're all from Chicago area, so we love the Bluesmobile. We love the cop tires, cop suspension, cop shacks. And it actually escaped Nazis, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Ghostbusters Ecto 1,
which apparently broke down all the time.
I'm not surprised.
Yep.
It's as dead as a hearse. And also I felt a lot of regret not choosing the Batmobile as one of my choices, just because it's so iconic and has so many different like versions of it.
Right.
Jed, have you seen the latest Batmobile in the latest Batman?
I have not seen that one. I did have the Batmobile.
I won't ruin it then.
Yeah. So
I couldn't choose that one either, honestly, because I was listening to this Christmas song, and apparently one of the wheels fell off, and the Joker was able to flee.
How defaulty. Yeah, we'll let Jed cover it. Batmobile is a great machine. But I'm gonna jump into my cautiously jump into my 6 best vehicles for movies and television shows.
Okay,
and we'll see how Jed and Dan and our listeners agree with me or disagree. Keep in mind, I'm the smartest person on the show, so if you disagree, it's probably your fault. The 6th best vehicle of all time on TV shows and movies is very, very iconic, very, very colorful. It's the Mystery Machine, the beautiful cyan, maybe teal van from Scooby-Doo. A big part not only of our childhood, but the childhood before us and all the children after us. Scooby-Doo is long lasting, and they solve mysteries, and in every big part of the mystery solving is the Mystery Machine. So I put that as number 6.
I mean, I think it's a solid choice. What do you think, Jed?
Yeah, I like that one. That was that kind of made my honorable mention list for sure. That's a great vehicle.
I think it's good, except there is one problem with it, and that is that occasionally that van had to have Scrappy-Doo in it, and that is a worthless piece of junk. Scrappy-Doo? Come on.
Scrappy-Doo was definitely jumping the shark, wasn't he?
Oh, so I give that choice a solid. Sorry, that was so lame, but I'm sticking with it.
We'll edit that on post.
Yeah. We'll make
along with every one of the jokes I make today.
There you go.
The 5th best vehicle of all time is a little bit of a throws you for a loop because it does have wheels but doesn't travel on roads. But a shout out to my friend Renee who suggests this on our crowdsourcing. I'm like, oh my goodness gracious, for sure. The 5th best vehicle of all time in movies and television shows is the F-14 Tomcat from Top Gun.
So
I liked the new movie Maverick, but her post reminded me that Top Gun was the biggest deal for all of us at one time. Tom Cruise, before he jumped on the couch, was legit and made amazing movies, and Top Gun was incredible. And a big part of it was not Tom Cruise, but the F-14 Tomcat. I mean, the entire movie was in the air, killing Russians, MiGs, and what a cool flight.
And Goose.
Oh, rest R.I.P.
Yeah. What do Sully Sullenberger and Tom Cruise have in common?
Oh man, please.
They both keep going after they kill a goose. I just made that one up. I mean, that's the type of comedic gold our listeners get here.
That's why people keep on episode 13 with us. They're like, Erica's pretty stupid, but Dan's comedy keeps us coming back for more.
Right. Like, no, that was an iconic jet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Choice. I like it.
2 for 2. Good.
And the Nintendo game Top Gun was really hard.
I had it on Commodore 64 and it was impossible.
Mm-hmm.
I never landed an F-14 Tomcat in the history of my life on the Commodore 64.
Nope.
All right. I'm feeling very safe about number 4. Although you might criticize me for only having on number 4 instead of number 1. The 4th best vehicle of all time in movies and television was a 1983 GMC van, black, red stripe, and unknown. I had never seen this before or after on a van. Spoiler, red spoiler. The A-Team van.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness gracious. I loved A-Team so hard. And I love that van so hard because it was cool to look at. And then it was also amazing because like half the time on A-Team, they would like turn into a tank or like an airplane or like a bunker or whatever they feel like they needed at the time. And it would just magically transform to whatever they needed.
That's a good one.
And a beautiful thing about the A-Team is it's one of the only theme songs with bullet sounds in it. You know,
Maybe if you're said they had the world's greatest old school machine guns, and they never ever killed anybody. Like they were, if we looked at the worst shots ever, because they never ever hit anybody. They would just hit like gas tanks nearby, and then people would fly into hay bales constantly. It was wonderful.
and how good looking do you have to be to have your nickname be Face?
Thanks. I also, if we should have Googled this ahead of time.
Life goal.
George Papard, or was the head of A-Team. He looked like he was 90, but he's probably like 28 or something at the time.
Right. He was like 1980s 36.
He was.
Right.
Completely cigar smoking, I think, the age.
Probably.
If you're a listener, if you're one of our young listeners right now, if you're at 15 and you're thinking about cigar smoking, it's not worth it.
No. So this is your second van on the list. Is your next choice like a plumber's van with a free candy sign on the side, or
it's a Silence of the Lambs van where they have the girl load up the couch into the van and then she spends her time putting lotion in the basket.
it's just filled with lotion?
Yeah, is that good? I hope that's going to be a good one when I talk about the Silence of the Lambs van.
Oh yeah. It reminds me of my high school.
Creepy vans and media. Jed, did you ever own a van?
I did not own a van. We are thinking about getting a minivan at some point for hauling our kids around. But we instead have an old Honda Pilot with 265,000 miles on it, and it won't die. And I don't want to spend the money on a new minivan. But
Impressive. Yes.
Is the van coming out, or it's out? If maybe some of you have seen it, the brand new Volkswagen ID Buzz.
That looks amazing.
All
That was
electric,
very cool.
but it's only like $73,000, and no problem.
But do you want it?
I would love it. My wife thinks it's a little flashy. She wouldn't want all the attention driving that around, but I think in a couple of years, price will go down. People will be more used to seeing it, and they're going to be, hopefully the battery life improves as well. Right now, you get like 200 miles for a full charge on a 6,000-pound van, but well, that's great.
I'm not here to criticize your wife, but she should have known when she married you that she's getting into flashy. I mean, she married Mr. Flashy, and if she can't handle that, she needs to look at a picture of you or just in your face and realize she's stuck with flashy.
That's a great point. I'm going to remind her of that.
If you need this to send her my way, I'll let her. An outside source maybe is what's needed.
Right. Perfect.
Dan, I've got great news. Number 3 is not actually a van, but it is controversial. The third best vehicle of all time, which I wanted to make number 1, but because it's controversial, drops to 3. the 1969 Dodge Charger, which is a great car, but when you paint it orange, that makes it flashy. And then when you paint a Confederate flag on the top, it makes it problematic, right? The General Lee from the Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah.
Great car, for sure.
I loved that show so hard. It might be my favorite show of all time, and definitely my favorite childhood show. Bo and Luke Duke were so cool. They didn't even open a door. I mean, that's the epitome of cool, to climb into the window. Right. They didn't shoot bow and arrows. They shot flaming bows and arrows. They ran moonshine. Their cousin was hot. They constantly were ramping their car up in the air and yelling "Yeehaw!" I mean, a very cool car with very cool show. But I would love to. I loved it so much. I would love to have T-shirts with it. I'd love to have it on my Facebook page. I would love to have it be a mega part of my life. But how in the world can you rationalize supporting a car that has a Confederate flag in today's society? That's throwing out to you guys. Is it problematic, or is it fine because it was in the 80s?
I'll defer to Jed on this one.
He's our car jock.
Yeah, right. It's tricky. It was of the time. I don't know if that show is still on the air and they've somehow blurred the flag out. I know it's complicated.
Probably have it.
Great show. It was a great car. I don't know how many of those they went through in the
good question
show, but for sure, great car. I bet. Yeah, I think it's fair. It's a great show. We can still watch it and be proud of that car.
Yeah, I wish that it didn't have a Confederate flag, because I really do love that the car because of how great the show was. But now we are wise enough to know that the Confederate flag hurts people. So too bad for Dukes of Hazzard, because it was a fabulous show. I had the toys growing up. I had Etch-a-Sketch accessories with Dukes of Hazzard. Everything that was Dukes of Hazzard, but it just now it feels weird to own anything Dukes of Hazzard related.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
It's a good pick though. It's solid. Great car. Yeah.
I mean, we're pulling General Lee statues out of our country, but I'm celebrating a car that's called General Lee. It's a little weird, but fun show nonetheless. All right, moving on to the second best vehicle of all time. I don't think I would have thought of this one, but my buddy once said, and this will heat some people up. This will heat Jolly up. Dan, text your friend Jolly not to listen to episode 13.
Okay, letting him know.
Thank you. My friend mentioned, another librarian mentioned, the best character in Star Wars movies is the Millennium Falcon, and I maybe don't 100% agree. It did stink with me. I'm like, oh my goodness gracious, that's very interesting. The Millennium Falcon is a big part of the Star Wars franchise. A very, very cool vehicle. Not like the other, very unique. When people make sci-fi ships, they all look the same, but none of them look like the Millennium Falcon. Its pilot Han Solo was super awesome. You had secret compartments because you're a smuggler. They even made a Han Solo origin story where he does the whole trip and fast through parsecs. I don't want to quote it because I'm nerdy, but not super nerdy.
Well, it made the Kessel run in under 12 parsecs.
Thank you. That's what I was looking for, but couldn't remember it. That's why you're on the show, Dan. It's your humor and your nerdiness. Thank you.
Thank you. I use Google.
I think it's an awesome vehicle.
Solid pick. I
love that I'm 5 for 5 right now. This is making me feel.
Usually your list just is terrible, so this is I don't know what to say. But you're in the next two.
I mean, in order to maintain your A, you have to just pick another van, and then you're good to go.
Another van. All right, the number one pick is my family Astro van. Growing up, it was okay. No. That wasn't here. We did have an Astro van for a while, and it was awesome because only two of us brothers. So a van was totally unnecessary, but we did each have our own row, which was cool.
Perfect.
But we will not go van. The best vehicle of all time in TV and movie is the Aston Martin. The Aston Martin was a James Bond car. He had a billion and a half cars, but the Aston Martin was the most iconic. He had it in Goldfinger, which was the one of our first movies we saw of him. We had in Thunderball, On Majesty's Secret Service, Living Daylights, Goldeneye, Tomorrow Never Dies, The World Is Not Enough, Die Another Day, and even in Casino Royale, we got to see it. They made it a part of the origin story where he first got the Aston Martin, and then in all the new ones, Quantum of Solace, Skyfall, and Spectre. So many movies. There's been like 20 some, I think, James Bond movies, and many of them have an Aston Martin in it. It's a cool looking car, and I think the fact that that many of the James Bond movies cars come and go, but Aston Martin is one they keep coming to. They had awesome secret gadgets and weapons. Aston Martin, the best vehicle of all time in any movie or TV show.
I mean, it is a great combination of classy and sporty, right? It looks high class, but it also packs a punch. Now, I will ding it for one thing.
Uh-oh.
It is probably not as reliable as a Toyota Corolla.
You probably look weird stepping out of the Toyota Corolla in your tuxedo that also has like a bulletproof tuxedo.
Well, see, this is probably the only reason I wasn't James Bond, is that I would have, gone into the shop and they would have given me an Aston Martin, and I said, but does it need a lot of maintenance?
Yeah. I bet that car needed a ton of maintenance. All that.
I don't need it. Jed's the only one that could drive it because he knows how to drive stick, and you and I don't, Dan.
I'm bad at it.
Yeah. It's fun. It's good. That's a good pick, Eric.
The one thing I have with Aston Martin is in every single movie, it's bulletproof, obviously.
Yeah.
Except for, I don't know if I don't know if you guys are as big of James Bond fans as I am, but I'm a giant James Bond fan. And there's one James Bond that was starring George Lazenby. It's called On Her Majesty's Secret Service. It actually was a really good movie. It just was weird because he was a one-off. And in that movie, which is also weird, he gets married. In the movie, he's trapped in a bunker with the most beautiful women from around the country, and that's when he also decides to get married to somebody, which is very un-James Bond-like. And at the very end of the movie, if you haven't seen On Her Majesty's Secret Service, I'm going to ruin it for you because you've had 40 years to do it and you haven't. So sorry. His wife, his newlywed, gets killed by a sniper in the Aston Martin. Wow. So in 14 movies, and the Aston Martin is bulletproof, but for 3 minutes on Her Majesty's Secret Service, it is not bulletproof, and his wife dies.
Wow.
Interesting. Wow.
But still makes number one, though.
Okay.
Dan, I got some bad news for you. I just maybe made the list of a lifetime, and
yeah, I was really hoping to rip Eric a new one on this list, but I don't.
Well, mine is open for business. Yeah, mine are.
They're licking their lips.
Mine are. Oh, gross. Mine are not as conventional as these. So number 6 is Lightning McQueen from the movie Cars.
Nice. That's a good pick.
Ka-chow.
I will laugh all the time because Owen Wilson has become kind of almost more of a meme than an actor. So I definitely think laugh whenever I think about anything Owen Wilson related.
And I also love any meme. I will laugh every time at this meme that people send, which is, it's like it says like, here, look at this tree be hit by lightning, and then you're like waiting for it, and then at the last minute it just shows Lightning McQueen. It goes meow ka-chow. Anyway, all right. Number 5 is Kit from Knight Rider.
Oh, Dan, you can say as much stupid things as you want to, because boy, I'm embarrassed I didn't think of that one. Kit was one of my Knight Rider was my favorite shows. Good choice.
What do you think, Jed?
Yeah, that's definitely a solid choice. I attend a few car shows here and there, and there's a lot of folks that have recreated the Kit car. It's sitting in the parking lot, and it's got its lights going, and it's got its voice, and I don't know. It hasn't super aged well, It's a little lame sitting in the parking lot doing that kind of stuff next to cars, but my kids kind of think it's cool. I think it's a little weird, but yeah, I've definitely seen quite a few of those, but great show and very cool car. It's
I think if David Hasselhoff hadn't kind of had like a meltdown, we would still be glorifying Knight Rider to this day.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about the technology in that show from the early 80s and this car, here's some of the features. AI. It was self-driving, indestructible armor, turbo boost, flamethrower, oil slick dispenser, smoke screen, tear gas launcher, lasers, pursuit mode, super pursuit mode, traction spikes, aquatic mode, infrared sensors, night vision, x-ray vision for perverts, fingerprint scanner, voice stress analyzer, hacks into other computers, ultra frequency sound emitter. I guess that's for dogs training. I don't know. Self-destruct, convertible roof. And the only thing it couldn't do was Michael's hair.
Didn't need it. He had
the perfect perm. So that's Kit. Number 4 is from Back to Future, the DeLorean. And the reason why this is on there is because it travels through time.
yeah, love it.
I'm embarrassed again. I thought my list was so wonderful, but you had back-to-backs that I should have had in mind. DeLorean is a super cool car. It looks awesome. Not only is it travel time, but it looks cool. And it was the first car I ever saw that had the what is it? They call butterfly doors.
Yeah, it looked cool.
Oh man! But now, unfortunately, like when you see them on Teslas, you're like, ugh. Tesla ruined butterfly doors.
Apparently, though, DeLoreans are actually a really not good car. Like their performance isn't great, and they're extremely junky.
Yeah, they're heavy, they're slow. If you notice in the movie, the speedometer only goes up to 85 miles an hour. So they had to, max that out. And go ahead.
You could buy a used Ford Fiesta that goes faster.
Yeah, actually, a guy I knew had a DeLorean, and I took a cruise with him one time on it. We definitely weren't able to travel in time, but just cruising around the North Shore of Chicago for 5 minutes was pretty fun. But definitely,
You're in a DeLorean. How cool is that?
I know, it's a great car for
That's
sure.
really cool. Number 3 is a controversial pick. It's the balloon house from Up. He's trying to do a raspberry.
Try to do a raspberry, and I couldn't. It hadn't done that since 1984.
And the reason I like it is because it's powered by grief.
Wow, that's deep.
And it also comes with a small house servant. And I love the fact that this old guy is basically trying to end his life by creating a disastrous vehicle, which only survived because Disney wrote about it. Moving on.
I love that movie, and my the guy's wife, who he was so sad about, her name was Ellie, I believe, because we named our daughter that after we saw that movie. We love that name. And
oh, really?
Yeah.
I better not crap on the movie then. Thanks, Jed.
But the balloon, it was cool. All those balloons. It was a beautiful movie. And yeah, that's an interesting pick. But
If you knew someone that had never seen Up before, would you think they were heartless?
When I think they're what?
Heartless and cold. If they've never seen Up before.
Oh, possibly. Yeah, it's a good heartfelt movie. It's
all right. Good. Then I've definitely seen it before.
It is a movie that will make you cry in the first 5 minutes.
Wow. So it sounds like Eric needs to see the movie Up and Planes, Trains, and Automobiles this evening.
When I needed a good cry, I just watched Rudy. I don't need any more. Thank you very much.
I just watched The Bears. Number 2. So this is a little esoteric, but I think I'll be able to convince you both. The Trimaxion drone ship, aka Mac, from the movie Flight of the Navigator.
Dan, I forgot about that movie. I loved that movie as a kid.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Flight of the Navigator.
It was like this silvery spaceship.
It was cool.
It was piloted by AI. There were no controls in the ship. And guess who was the voice of the AI?
Tell me.
Paul Rubens. What better? Can you imagine if you got in your new Tesla or whatever your new fancy vehicle is, and the AI greeting you was Pee Wee Herman?
Welcome to your van. Ah.
Exactly. So it traveled at light speed, which is pretty darn cool. It can time travel, which is why I put it ahead of the DeLorean. Anti-gravity tech. It was basically like your ultimate spaceship.
That was a very cool spaceship and a very cool movie, but obscure enough that I really love that I had forgotten all about it. Thank you, Dan.
I actually want to go back on the Disney Channel and watch that today.
You should.
I should. Okay, and then this one probably will piss some people off.
I hope so.
I'm taking a license with the word vehicle here.
You kind of did that already with
with all of your choices.
Falcor, the luck dragon from the Never Ending Story. Yeah, I just lost Jed.
That furry looking thing?
The long dragon-like dog thing.
Yeah.
And here's why. Here's the case.
Please.
Here's the case for it.
Please.
The animatronic puppet for that thing that they used was 43 feet long, which is pretty sweet. It flies using the power of magic. It brings luck to his friends. It sounds like a Care Bear. It's telepathic. Like he's
nice.
Doesn't need to talk. Immense strength. Eternally optimistic. So one of the most optimistic, kind, and wise. Two other powers it has. Immortal. It can't die. Name another vehicle that won't die. And then two. Well, maybe. Mighty. It has a mighty roar.
Wow.
Wasn't also in Fred Savage's imagination also?
Probably, but I mean, when you're thinking of your other vehicles, you're like, oh, maybe this will get me some attention. What gives you more attention than pulling up on the back of Falcor, the luck dragon?
I remember that whole movie being pretty creepy to me.
It is. I also like how creepy the thing kind of looked.
Listeners of Ranks for the Memories, episode 13. For the last 12 episodes, you've done a really good job contacting us and letting us know how stupid my choices are. I encourage you guys to just phone in, text, email, comment, chat. Just let us know how wonderful Dan's choice for Falcor, the Luck Dragon from the Neverending Story is. I will be sure to make sure he gets all of the positive feedback he deserves.
I'm optimistic, just like Falcor.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if there was one more you could add to your list, it might be like the broomstick from Harry Potter.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's
also looking than the furry little weirdo from Neverending Story.
But
yeah, I think it's a vehicle and a friend.
Dan, I love that you went for it with number one. Thank you for doing that.
Yeah.
Is it because of the mighty roar? Was that what made it number one?
It was actually the fact that it brings luck to his friends and is eternally optimistic.
Wow. Those are good qualities.
Yeah.
I would venture to say
you don't get that in an American car anymore.
Jed and Falcor, both eternally optimistic.
Yeah.
I'm trying here with this, with Dan's list. Maybe Dan could come read a story to your second graders at your school, because it seems like the way he's describing half of these things would be a great, second grade kindergartner,
fantasy, make believe. Yeah.
Let's be friends.
Everybody's
eternal optimistic, so yeah, that's an interesting list, Dan.
All right, let's hear yours, Jed. Let's get a palate cleanser.
So I went with a little bit more from the Car Jock perspective, possibly. Although these are some random ones, and these are like from movies and TV shows, obviously, that I connected with and liked a lot. I got a few really sweet ones on here in my mind. So the number 6 best car from a TV or movie is a 1984 Ford Econoline.
Ooh.
Better known as a van.
Oh, yes. I love it.
Right. Better known as the Shaggin' Wagon or the Mutt Cut van from Dumb and Dumber.
Ah, nice. I like that there's more vans on this list. Thank you.
This is impressive. So
you can put stuff in them.
Yeah, I put stuff in them,
do you want to hear the most annoying sound ever?
Yeah. You know what you could put in that van is a giant 43 feet long animatronic dog dragon.
Stuff that thing in the back there. That'd be great.
No,
Just, you know,
about it.
great movie. Perfect, quotes, he spent his life savings turning that van, into a dog.
Yeah.
The alarm alone cost him $200.
Yeah. I think how much that thing smells when it gets wet.
Oh yeah. When the police were chasing them, they were, he was driving. They referred to it. He's driving an '84 sheepdog. And then, unfortunately, he traded that van straight up, for that sweet scooter that could do.
Oh yeah, I forgot what that was. A sad moment in this
Yeah.
in the movie.
Right. So that was my number 6 best vehicle. Number 5. It's interesting, Dan. We have a similar, came from the same movie, a 1951 Hudson Hornet. So from the movie Cars,
Oh.
Doc Hudson, the old race car.
Oh, gotcha.
Nice. Who was the voice in that movie for him?
That's a good question. Dan should Google that real quick.
Yeah, you should.
But
It wasn't what's his name from with the mustache, was it?
Paul Newman.
Oh, that's what I meant. Yeah. From the salad dressing. I said mustache, but I meant salad dressing.
Yeah. But that was just a beautiful car. The Hudson Car Company only lasted until I think like 1962 or something like that. But it was known for their 6-cylinder, super fast cars that, competed well with the V8 engine and did really well in its time. And
Oh yeah, those look cool.
Yeah, they do look nice.
it's beautiful.
Some of those old designs, they really had something, didn't they?
Yeah, and every once in a while when you see them, I don't think it's nostalgia. I think it really is that they just had something. When you see them, every once in a while on the road, you see an old car and you're like, oh man, that's so beautiful.
Yeah.
So they don't make beautiful anymore. They just make utilitarian, maybe. I don't know.
I think all these new cars and SUVs look exactly the same. I know.
Yeah.
So number 4, I chose the 1962 Volkswagen Beetle, Herbie.
Yeah, Herbie.
Yeah.
I did glance at the crowdsourcing after I'd made my list, and I saw Herbie had made the list, so I was happy about that. But the Herbie franchise was 6 different movies that they did. Some of them were better than others, but the original ones were just classic and just amazing how they did all that back in the day.
I grew up on those. Those were a lot of fun.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Herbie the Love Bug and stuff.
He was his own, like a creature kind of, right? He had his own mind. He could drive himself and do things, right?
Just mind of his own, just, kicking people out of the car if he needed to and winning in race.
He got jealous occasionally.
Yeah, knocked into people and so that was good. Okay, number 3, the 1983 Queen Family Truckster from National Lampoon's Vacation.
Nice. I'm glad you shouted that out because I felt guilty not having it on the list. It's a good choice.
The station wagon?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Just
It really is a big part of the movie, isn't it?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like that's classic. And actually that car is on display at the Volo Auto Museum, which is in Northern Illinois.
Yeah.
Great museum if you're into cars. And they actually brought that car out. Do you guys have Raising Cane's? I'm sure you do, Eric. You're
Yes, we do. We have we cover this in one of the episodes.
Right.
We have tons of chicken.
right. So chicken fingers, yeah. So they had a Raising Cane's that opened up in Morton Grove, and somehow a couple years ago, this time of year, they got Chevy Chase to come to that Raising Cane. And they brought the car down from Bolo, and he literally was sitting in the car in front of the Raising Cane's, and they flipped the lights to open the restaurant for the first time. Yeah.
That's so random. That's right.
So,
I mean, those cars bring so much nostalgia too, because almost everyone had a family that had a station wagon.
You didn't. You envied the people who had wood paneling on their cars.
And memories of sitting in the back rumble seat, looking out the back window, hot because there was no windows, like to cool you off.
and then if you did crack the back window down, like the exhaust would just roll in, and it was.
But as a kid, you coveted that back seat though, didn't you?
Yeah. And we've been like hauling a bunch of kids around lately to different events, and our cars are not big enough. And I was telling these kids the other day, like, when I was a kid, we could just all load into the station wagon, no seatbelts in the back.
Oh, and no seatbelts.
And
The bench seats.
I remember being in the back seat once with my friend Cam, and we were eating cherries, and he would throw the pits out at other cars. And I was like, no, you're going to hurt someone. And he saw that was the funniest thing.
Cam was a naughty kid, wasn't he?
He killed 4 people that day.
Yep.
Just like my girl.
Right. Yeah, but those, the other thing with the station wagon is it fishtails in the snow horribly. Because they're rear wheel drive and oof.
And it does not transport your deceased grandmother very well either.
No, you have to put her on top. Yeah.
And then also from that movie, a little side note, the 1983 Ferrari 308 that Christy Brinkley was
That's solid.
Nice segue there. That's good.
and that was actually the same model that Tom Selleck drove in Magnum PI.
Oh goodness, that's great. That's a great trivia right there.
Right, just beautiful car.
In the Car Jock for this one.
Right,
thanks, Car Jock.
no, that was yeah. She was beautiful driving on the highway, and he's with his family in the station wagon and not being cool and trying to be cool.
Wasn't there also a Ferrari in Ferris Bueller's Day Off?
Yeah, that one did kind of make an honorable mention for me. That was a 1961 Ferrari 250 GT. It was a replica because that car was so rare and worth so much money. So many people thought they really destroyed the Ferrari when it flew out the glass windshield or the window into the ravine.
So Cameron's dad, not my friend Cam, but Cameron's dad would have had a legit reason for being angry.
Yeah. At the time, it was worth $1 million bazillion.
That was a beautiful car for sure. Yeah, that was on my honorable mention list. And then I guess number 2 here, we're going to go with the DeLorean as well. Classic. We talked about that. Great movie, great car.
And it had a flux capacitor in it. It did wireless combat
Processor, I think, if I remember right.
Yeah, something like
that.
Yeah. And then also a little segue in that movie, Marty McFly's 1985 Toyota pickup truck was just amazing. Just like beautiful, timeless. Can you picture it? The black.
I can't picture it, but I remember him hanging onto the back of a pickup truck skateboarding, which I thought was very cool.
Right? I think that was Biff's.
Was that Biff's?
Yeah, that was Biff's cool.
I see.
Pictured Marty McFly's car at all.
It's got like the little lights on the top.
Right. The Casey lights, the old lights.
Yeah, yes, thank you. Those are cool trucks.
Very sporty.
That truck is kind of timeless. If you saw, like, if that was on the road today, it's like, wow.
That's why you landed that hot girlfriend, because she liked the truck.
That's right.
Wow.
I love that truck. And then number 1, surprising here, Eric, you and I picked the same car for number 1.
Yeah, Aston Martin.
63 Aston Martin DB5. Just
thank you. Have you seen Casino Royale where he actually wins the car in the poker game?
Yeah, it's been a long time, but whenever I think about James Bond and cars, I think of that movie, and it's just such a beautiful car, and picture it cruising through the Alps or wherever they are in in Italy, in the mountains, and
in Goldfinger. I think they were in the Alps in Goldfinger. Yes,
but just a classic car. Maybe not everybody's number 1 of all time, but it's hard to beat that beautiful car.
I think if it's yours and mine number 1, and Dan's number 1 is Falcor the Left Dragon from the Never Ending Story, I'm going to say that 67% of people think that the Aston Martin is the best vehicle of all time.
I will say there's one vehicle which I just thought of, which I saw no one put, but I thought was really cool in retrospect. The Mini Cooper from the Italian Job.
Dan, I almost put that on my list. But I'm also swayed because it has 2 of my favorite movie actors of all time, Mark Wahlberg and Jason Statham, are my 2 favorite actors. So I kind of like have like a little mind aneurysm when I watch that movie because it's so great. But they do a good job of rationalizing why they need the Mini Cooper in that movie, though, and they really do a good job of using the Mini Coopers in there.
I almost bought a Mini Cooper once, and instead I bought the Honda Element.
I'm so glad you mentioned that. I didn't want to mention it, but I really wanted to mention it.
How did you love that car?
Dan was very proud of the Honda Element, and he drove it over to my house in Chicago to show me the Honda Element. And the main feature he was proud of was that you could hose off the entire back of the you could open it up and the whole thing was waterproof and you can hose it all off if you need to, which begs the question, what exactly was Dan transporting the back of his Honda Element that he needed to hose off the entire thing?
That's a fair question, but I love the Honda Element. Actually, I like boxy old cars, so I still dream about getting a Honda Element again someday. They haven't made them since 2012, but great car.
So I'm on the minority on this one where I want to like make fun of people for Honda Element.
That was a good car. That's probably the coolest car Dan ever owned.
Right. I have a Kia Soul now.
Okay, yeah, boxy. That's decent. Yeah,
I'm still going with that. And I'll probably just buy a box next time.
I remember the Lamborghini you had, which paled in comparison to your Honda Element.
Yeah, I had it modified with the Honda Element body.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
This was hard to do. I have a whole bunch of other honorable mentions, but I probably don't.
Please.
Okay, fine. The 1975 Grand Marquis from Uncle Buck,
Oh yeah,
classic. You know,
Chicago all the way.
That's a boat.
oh yeah, brutal. I mean, it's an ugly car, but I mean, just the movie itself and just what the
Or backfired iconically for sure.
Those cars, though, those old school sedans were like so comfortable to ride in.
Yeah.
Like
My
I
grandma had a
totally
Cadillac that was gigantic and super smooth.
like I totally get lowrider culture. Like some of those cars, so you feel like you're in your living room.
oh yeah, on the couch.
Yeah.
Love it. And then the 1973 Ford Grand Torino from The Big Lebowski.
Nice.
Ooh.
Brutal.
I don't actually. I'm confessing. I don't remember the car at all, but I love the movie. So I'm going to say that you made a great choice.
Well, there's a couple great scenes when he's driving along and he is smoking something. He drops it and then he has to dump a beer on his crotch to extinguish it, and then he crashes it into a dumpster and it gets stolen.
That car was in almost as bad a shape as the car in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Yeah, right.
I would have set it on fire.
Yeah, the LeBaron, like a Chrysler LeBaron from the 80s. Yeah. So, and then the Lincoln Continental from The Godfather in 1941.
Yeah.
Ooh, classy.
Got up there at the little toll booth and
Is that when they killed the guy that had the cannoli?
right. Yeah. So I think where he just totally shoots them all up and the car gets destroyed in the meantime too. But good car. And then I guess that's my list. So
Well, this is great, Jed. I'm so glad we got to connect and hear your car expertise.
Dan, I know that all my lists are terrible, but me bringing in the Car Jock was perhaps the greatest decision of my entire life.
yeah, you did well today, Eric. Yeah, Dan. Oh yeah,
By bringing you in, thank you. It's a good compliment to yourself.
Dan. Usually you do pretty well. This one, kind of a C-, D+ list, but that's fair.
Well, you know how it is. Like sometimes, like you've got kids. Sometimes, like you have to let them win a couple of games of pig, so their self-esteem is maintained. I do that about every 5 episodes for Eric.
What are your lists? So
This is why we're on episode only 13 right now, because 2.3 times I felt really good about myself.
All right. Well, thanks, Jed. It was good to see you.
Jed, it was wonderful talking with you. Thank you for bringing your expertise to us and a fantastic list. You are absolutely wonderful. And now we're going to say goodbye to you for the rest of your life.
Anytime, guys. Keep up the good work. Enjoy your holiday and appreciate it. Nice to see you.
All right. Take care.
Thanks, Jed. All right. Jed was fantastic as a car jock, but we must move on. We contribute to our amazing listeners. Thank you, listeners, because here's our second topic of the day. It's a crowdsourced favorite. I had a lot of great feedback for our topic today. The best game shows of all time. I didn't ever imagine when I threw that out there what a great topic it'd be, but it really does open up to kind of a lot of different. There's so many great game shows over time. It was fun to do this. Dan, did you enjoy this as well?
I thought it was hard to narrow down That was really a staple of television in the 80s and 90s.
And as much as it was famous in the 80s and 90s, like I feel like now, when it costs so much money to pay like sitcom writers, I feel like even now, some game shows are popping up, or they're even recycling old game shows, which is interesting.
And there's a game show network, I think, on cable,
which I may or may not watch religiously. Our crowdsources were great. I'll share crowdsourcing with us in a minute. But Dan, you need to rebound from your, I don't want to say abysmal, because that's, I love you too much to say abysmal, but how about iffy? Your iffy list on the first half. Let's go ahead and then redeem yourself with your.
Did I say special?
Special. You're special.
So my game show list, I'm starting off strong. Number 6, Wheel of Fortune.
That is strong, Dan.
So, I mean, Wheel of Fortune, maybe one of the most iconic game shows there is, right? Now, full disclosure, I'm actually not really good at this game. I always think I will be, and then it's always hard for me to guess the answers. It's basically Hangman, if you think about it. Hangman with a wheel.
Mm-hmm.
And the creator, Merv Griffin, came up with the idea while he was on a flight. His wife suggested adding a roulette-style wheel to Hangman for drama.
Interesting. Dan, I'm not saying this to like rub it in.
Yeah.
But as I'm a librarian, I'm a very avid reader.
Yeah.
That is like the only game show where I think I can actually win. Is because I've read so much. I feel like I've got a mastery of English language and like how letters and I'm very good at Wordle, for instance. I understand how letters work together.
Yeah.
That's the one thing.
And whatnot.
Yes. There's every word has consonants and or vowels.
Those are the pricey one. Those are pricey.
So that's the one game show where I think I might actually be able to do all right, other than that roulette wheel. That fouls up even the best contestants sometimes.
It totally does. And
Dan, did you notice on the crowdsource, they reminded us of the old school? Did you ever watch the old ones where they used to, instead of just getting the cash, you had to spend the money on a store? Did you ever see any of those?
I'm too young.
When we were very young, they used to have, let's say you won $5,000. They would, they would show you like a store on the TV show, and you had to actually spend the money on different prizes on there. So like it should be the winner would be like, I have like $300 for the toaster and $100 for the lawn ornament and $300 for the VCR. It was awkward, but a lot of our crowdsource people really enjoyed it that way.
Huh. Wow. I mean, I kind of like the Hangman aspect more than the shopping aspect.
I do too.
Yeah.
And I also I love Wheel of Fortune, but I also feel bad for contestants because every single final Wheel of Fortune is the most impossible thing of all time.
Yes. I also think part of the staying power is the fact that you've had the same 2 people on the show the whole time.
I agree. And I'm also a little worried because we're at this transition point where Pat Sajak's leaving. I'm assuming Vanna White will probably be forced out soon.
Yeah.
Even though we haven't seen that coming yet.
Yeah.
And I think, did they do Ryan Seacrest as the backup?
I don't know, but
I feel like they decided Ryan Seacrest as the backup, and I know he's like an industry staple, but Pat Sajak is iconic, and I don't think he's gonna be able to reproduce this.
I mean, not to put Pat Sajak down.
No, please.
But
go ahead.
When it comes to jobs that are relatively easy to do and as the ratio over how much you're compensated.
Yeah. He is the second easiest job, doesn't he?
He's making so much money for what he's doing. He doesn't even have to
memorize your job than that as Vanna White's.
He doesn't even have to memorize lines. Her job is a little trickier because she's also kind of like this model, right? So
yes.
Apparently, I found this out. She's never repeated an outfit on the show.
Incredible.
She's worn over 7,000 dresses.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Here's a fun fact that maybe will make you appreciate Pat Sajak a little more. He was in a military DJ with the guy who inspired Good Morning Vietnam.
Oh, geez. Wow.
Yeah, so he was in the military and DJ'd for the military along in that era in Vietnam with the Good Morning Vietnam guy.
Holy cow.
Mhm.
So Wheel of Fortune, beloved by grandmas and grandpas all over the world. Number 5, Hollywood Squares.
Oh, nice. Why did you choose that one?
Because it was funny. And this was another one. So Wheel of Fortune, basically Hangman, so popular it's even on at night. Number 5, Hollywood Squares, basically tic-tac-toe. With trivia questions, and they'd have all sorts of celebrities on. Jim J. Bullock.
I love that guy.
Why am I blanking on her name? Whoopi Goldberg. And then they'd tell jokes. They'd be funny, and it was pretty good.
Shout out to Big Coat for shouting up Jim J. Bullock.
Yeah, absolutely.
I actually this is my guilty pleasure. In the I'm gonna say early '90s, there's a TV show like a TV show called Jim J and Patty, and was there the girl with the eyeliner that was married to Jim Baker?
Tammy Lee.
Yeah, Jim J and Tammy Lee.
Tammy Faye Baker.
Tammy Faye talk show.
Really?
And it was the perfect combination because they were so both outrageously like flamboyant that it was very enjoyable. But yeah, Jim J and there's a couple of other people that like Hollywood Squares is unabashedly like dirty jokes.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And as a kid, I mean, they're not dirty for like today's TV, but back then it was kind of like, oh yeah, this is kind of I'll watch.
I can't believe they said that. And I'm sitting in the living with my mother.
I used to watch another show, which was never like a huge show, I don't think, but it also had Jim J. Bullock, called Too Close for Comfort.
Ooh, not familiar with that one, but I'm sure I would love it because I'm a big Jim J. fan.
Well, if you like Caddyshack, you like it because Ted Knight was on the show as well.
Ted Knight plus Jim J. Bullock.
Ted Knight, the judge, the crotchety judge. Yeah.
Let's have our ranks of the memories 14 just be a Ted Knight focused thing. So
there you go. Number 4 is Family Feud. As you know, there's been a lot of hosts over the years.
Yes.
A couple of controversial ones I'll highlight. Richard Dawson, the first.
Was he the one that kissed everybody?
He kissed over 20,000 women. He's the Wilt Chamberlain.
He tracked that. That's great.
He's the Wilt Chamberlain of kissing. Right? The kissing bandit, he was called.
Oh, man.
Yeah. I mean, you can't do that today. You can't just kiss anybody.
It's so acceptable back then, though. Is that like oral rape? I like, oh.
Yes, it is.
But it probably was a badge of honor, though. Like you would love to be in the 70s. Would you? You probably were so proud to be kissed by Richard Dawson.
Probably. Unless you weren't, right? Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm sure a lot of people were like, "Oh, come on, is he gonna kiss me?"
I am not. This is so awkward.
Think about the bacteria festival going on in that guy's mouth.
He might have been COVID central. He might have started COVID.
I think he was born in Wuhan. No. So there were other ones. Louis Anderson, of course.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot Louis Anderson did that. Well,
he was great.
Totally forgot about that.
And then the most tragic one is Ray Combs. I'll let you Google that yourself. Didn't end so great. And of course, now we still have Steve Harvey. He's been wonderful on the show.
What a shame, because Ray Combs was my era. And he just seemed like such a fantastic, not just guest, a host, but like person.
Charismatic.
And just a nice reminder, sadly, not a nice reminder, a sobering reminder that no matter how wonderful you seem, you might be dealing with things.
Absolutely.
Sorry to get serious, but if you're a listener to Ranks of Memories, episode 13, just treasure everyone around you because you don't know what they're going through.
That is true. That's true. People are struggling.
Yeah.
And transitioning from struggling,
struggle time.
here's a game show where people physically struggled.